It's time I told you about my murder. My murder is happening right now, and there's nothing that I nor any mortal can do to stop it. It's taken me a while to come to terms with a choice that was shoved upon me against my will by another human. It's taken me longer still to be willing to share the experience. The state of current affairs right now has compelled me to share my story. I've been fighting real monsters since I was a baby, but the monster I'm talking about here is racism. I'm watching the world right now as it falls apart and loses its mind over this very real problem. The statement, all white people are racist, is racist. The statement that people who are not white cannot be racist is racist. Almost 10 years ago, I was a manager at a retail convenience chain. Part of my job was making sure that people were legally aged to buy age-restricted merchandise. That meant that if you did not look 100 years old and I didn't know you from previous cardings, you were going to be asked for your ID. Period. No exceptions. Everyone was carded. Age, race, sex, none of those things mattered. You were going to get carded. One of my customers took offense to this. They thought that I was being prejudiced. After on their part, heated set of statements, they left. The customer came back later with their ID, and during the transaction, I got cut when they were handing off their money. I assumed it was a paper cut at the time. The customer even made a comment saying as much to me. They were pointing out that I was bleeding. I did not realize what really had just happened. It was not long before my health dwindled. By Thanksgiving, I was in the hospital dying. The last time I saw my murderer, they had made a comment about how sick I looked and that I would be dead in less than 20 years. I never saw them again. I doubt that I ever will. I didn't realize what had happened to me until I looked back at these events months later during one of my many doctor visits, trying to figure out how I got sick. Hindsight's 20/20, right? Someone had pricked me with something and contaminated me, intending to kill me. So here I am, still suffering years later. I'm spending all of my time trying not to die because of another person's unwanted and undeserved attentions. I'm fighting for my life because a racist, non-white person decided unjustly that I did not deserve to live and took it upon themselves to be my judge, jury, and executioner. I'm the victim of racism. It has been a never-ending nightmare for me. Here I am, still here. I can tell you that I've forgiven my murderer. My murderer's fate is between them and the great I am. My name's Dwayne Archer.